I can usually spot the cash flow panic with a client about 3 months before it hits the actual client, because here's what it looks like. They sign a seriously big new client. They're getting really amazing money for it, and they feel like it's proper fulfilling work. It's the kind of project that proves the market already trusts your expertise. So it feels like a massive fucking win. And then the business starts acting like it has one job, and that is to serve that one client and that one client only. I see this so often with consultants specifically. They win that big client, the work is complex, the trust is high, and suddenly the whole business bends around delivering to that one client. But here's the knock on effect to that: their LinkedIn slows down, their follow ups slip. Proof doesn't get captured anywhere. And 3 months later, the founder is staring at their pipeline, wondering, shit, where is my next client going to come from? And then you start to see other things going like, and then what happens is the contract gets close to an end and your body feels it before you even look at your financials, before you've opened Zero or QuickBooks or whatever. You open the pipeline and you look at your finances, you look at your cash flow, and you have that oh shit moment. And that's really scary. Like, how are you going to replace that income? And if you have a team, you start to feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders because you feel responsible for paying their rent or their mortgages. And when that payroll date comes closer, it turns your vague marketing problems into very specific, not sleeping at night problems. I have learned this the hard way myself, and I hear it so often from the inbound inquiries I get. Literally, that this big contract that I have is coming to an end. So no, the antidote is not to go and frantically hustle and work 90 hours a week. It's literally setting up a calm business rhythm, something that you build before the panic turns up. Think about it like this. Big clients often take 3 to 6 months from the time they engage to the time they close. So future clients need time to trust you before they buy, and then you need to add on that 3 to 6 month time frame after that. So people need to hear from you before you need the money from them. And marketing that only appears when the diary gets quiet creates a business that has to panic before it moves. And let me tell you, panic is a really terrible pipeline manager. It's so much better to create a repeatable, sustainable system. So here's why this stop-start cycle gets expensive over time. Is because those people who are buying high ticket services from you, they're not just going to purchase from one post. They're going to watch you for a while. They're going to read something on your social media content or on your website. They're going to leave. They'll come back. They might ask a colleague about you. They might check other things on your website. They might search your name. They might ask AI to research you. They might look for proof on Google. And only then might they decide whether you're safe enough to contact. Not even to buy from at this stage, just to contact. So a serious buyer is asking very practical questions before they reach out, before they do anything. Can I understand this person quickly? Do they understand the level of problem that I'm dealing with? And have they helped someone like me before? Those are the things running in the background before they ever reach out to you. And you see, the new buyer journey in 2026 is really a confidence check. And the higher the price, the more careful your buyer becomes. So a 5-figure buyer needs to see that you think really clearly, that you have real proof that's relevant to them, and a visible route from I have this problem to can this person help me solve it? So clarity beats cleverness, night, noon, and morning, especially when the buyer is busy, under pressure, and trying to make a decision that they may need to defend to a board or to a business partner. And so if you get so super swamped in delivery that your marketing disappears, that trust clock is going to reset to zero. And unfortunately, this is where so many technical B2B founders get caught out. They've built their business on reputation. They're good. They get the referrals. They deliver well. They can lead a call, shape an incredible plan for their clients, and spot the gaps that other people keep on missing. And that level of expertise is unquestionable. But the wobble starts when the business grows and the founder's personal involvement literally gets constrained, because the founder is the one selling the work, delivering it, maintaining the quality standards, and then writing content for social media or the website in the snippets of time between meetings, maybe even on the toilet. So it's like you're trying to capture this proof and this content, but your brain just doesn't have the space. spare to think about marketing strategically and to develop a plan. Spare brain space is like a fictional character, belongs in the same category as peaceful airports or printers that work when you're in a rush. So when the business gets busy, then quiet, and then you get anxious, so you get visible again, that stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. When you get caught in that cycle, you pull in urgent work and reactive buyers who are probably a weaker fit than you'd like to admit. If you want to attract high value buyers on repeat, you need to know that they require steadier confidence signals from you, enough to believe that you're safe, sharp, and a commercially sound choice. And when you sell B2B, like I said, that big contract often takes 3 to 6 months before it really lands. And by the time you get set up as a vendor and receive your first payment, so you can't vanish in June and then expect September to just look after itself, like the work is going to flow in. The work you do now warms up the buyer who may be ready later. And those premium buyers, they come from clarity, proof, and from someone who can name the problem better than they can without making them feel stupid for having it. So think of marketing as the vehicle that carries your professional expertise into a conversation before you even arrive at the destination. So what do you do about this? Here's what I suggest. Give delivery and marketing separate containers in your business. And what I mean by that is you create a marketing block. So same time, you block off time every single week and you protect that as though it's time you were going to spend with a client. Your business is your client in this instance. So you use it to review your pipeline, check follow-ups, capture proof, ask for referrals, and make decisions around your strategic plan going forward. So pipeline, proof, positioning, referrals, pricing, team, all that sort of stuff. And when delivery eats every single strategic hour, the market only hears from you when you're hungry. Seriously, buyers can smell that sense of desperation. And I'd love for you to do this really quick test. Open your calendar from the last month and find the weeks where you were swamped with delivery. And now check what happened to your marketing in those same weeks. Did your content slow down? Did follow-up slip? Did the referral asks disappear? And if they did, your marketing still depends on you being in that calm, spacious mood that we know doesn't really exist. And that system is what breaks when you're under pressure. So a serious growth needs a really good rhythm that's going to work on normal weeks, crazy weeks, and the weeks where it looks like the gremlins literally attacked your inbox. There was a while ago, I was working with this consultant who had a really strong reputation and was getting great clients, but they were literally relying on referrals for years and it felt safe. But then the business just hit this awkward plateau where good work alone couldn't create steady growth. They wanted these better fit clients, they wanted bigger contracts so that they could have a more predictable pipeline. So we built a weekly rhythm around this sales path where their message got sharper, the offer got easier to explain, and proof was captured during delivery every single day, and all team members were aware of how to capture this. So follow-up then became a non-negotiable part of the week. And the change from the outside looked completely minimal, but the business stopped feeling exposed and the founder could see exactly where the leads were and which proof belonged then in content externally or in proposals that were sent out behind the scenes. They ended up with more control, less guessing, and sales calls where half the work was done before they even had to really get on the phone. Now, there's two mistakes that I think people should watch for if this is something that a cycle that you end up continuously seeing yourself back in. And the first one is attention without buyer confidence. So if your content is really good, you might be getting loads of attention on social media. The problem with that is if it's broad enough that anyone can like it, then it's too soft to convert a premium buyer. So say the bolder thing, name the actual problem. Let the wrong fit buyer self-select out. That's good. The second, hiring any help beyond a VA before you've done the foundational work on your message. Because sure, a contractor can help you hit publish, an agency can help you get the message out, but a confused message amplified is just amplified confusion. So get the foundations right before you pay people to spread the word about your business. Otherwise, you're buying speed before you've chosen a direction that you're heading in. So if you want to make sure that you don't end up in this stop-start cycle, do this week. Review your pipeline, really go through it with a fine-tooth comb, and then Block some time in your calendar each week for business leadership. And if 10 hours, if that feels impossible for you, start with 3 and then ask yourself honestly, what keeps getting priority over future revenue? And if you need some help creating a sustainable plan for your marketing, do the marketing assessment and get a detailed marketing report outlining your next steps. It shows you exactly where a serious buyer is losing trust or having to work too hard to hire you. You can use the link below. And if what you're looking at goes deeper than marketing, if the real issue is that marketing, sales, proof, and delivery still depend far too much on you, that's what we fix inside Millionize, the Built Beyond You system. The link for that's in the description too, because a business that still runs through the founder is a business with a ceiling, and that ceiling gets more expensive the longer it stays in place. So resist the urge to fix stop-start marketing with a frantic batch of posts. Instead, find the weak point in the path from noticing you to trusting you to acting and wanting to work with you, and strengthen that part first, because your pipeline needs to keep moving when delivery is busy. And remember, panic is a terrible pipeline manager.